Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I have a one more problem statement that actually might be based on the business use case to case it will vary. So what exactly this and I will go through in detail. So let's say we have a sales data and let's go for the first data. What? So we have a department wise and category wise the sales data and it is in this orientation. Okay. So and it is very difficult actually for this orientation kind of a data to plot a chart, bar chart, and it will something look like this. Let us assume we have more than 5, 6 categories and 4, 5 department at the same time. So this chart will look bit of a cluttered and as well as it will be difficult to read or something like this. So what happens, it might be a possible case that you might just need a different kind of a representation for this chart and you have a liberty as well at the same time to change your data set orientation of data set, or you can transform it into some other form. So what I mean by this, so I have already prepared one this. So the problem statement is, can we convert this kind of a chart to something like this? It is bit more readable. It looks good. It looks clean. Why it looks clean, let me tell you. Let's say we have selected all the departments right now. That's why we have like this. Let's say if I just select one department, it will look like this. And you cannot vary the distance between the bar charts and all kind of stuffs. Whereas here, if I just select department one, it will filter out the value and it looks good also at the same time. Bit more space management is good, and generally people or what in my experience that they have used this kind of a chart rather than this chart. So how we can achieve these things? So for from transferring from, so it has two options. First, you have a liberty to transform your data. Second, you don't have that liberty to transform your data. So I will go with the first option, that how you can transform your data into this format. So I have done a very simple thing, that I have just from this data source, I have converted to this unpivoted structure. And how you can do this, that is quite easy. First, you have to go to your edit query. If you go into the edit query, let me do this in the live sync. So that would be easy for you to, so this is how you have done, right? If I just select all 3 columns and unpivot this thing, so its orientation will be changed. If you say department, category, and this, so the data set has been changed in that format. And then it's quite very easy to create this thing, create a chart that I have shown you earlier. So hope you are able to follow these things. So we have just unpivoted the chart. If this is the data we have, and once we have the data, we have to just give an attribute on an x-axis, that is nothing but the category, and values on this thing, and we have the in department in the filter. So this is the one of the way that you can do it. Now let's say you have a constraint that you cannot change a data orientation of a given data set. So what I mean by this thing, you cannot transform this data, this kind of a data to this data. Then how you're going to achieve these things? Here comes the concept of summarization. Summarization or summarize a table. And how we can do these things, we will also going to see in this particular set. So what I can do here is I will just copy paste this thing. Let me paste here and let's not say. So we have these things. We want to create something. We are going to create this particular same chart, but using a DAX query. Okay. So let's see how we can do this. So first, and DAX query, not only this, for this, we need to create a dummy table or temporary table for this also. And how we are going to create this thing, let's see. So for this, we have to go to modeling, new table. So inside new table, we have to rename it as per your, let me give summary table. So what it needs, we will go one by one. We will not directly jump into the conclusion like how we are doing. So let me create a variable first. We want to categorize only category one first. Category summary first. What we want here. So first, let's use the summary function. This is the summarize function. What it needs. First, it requires the table. So we want this table. Second, we want to group by with respect to some category, which is nothing but my department. Because first department and then by category. So department is my group by. here. What you want to name that column is something category. And so one more, and what exactly we need to give the name of the category column. So this is the name of this thing, and we need an aggregation function. So the column header will be total of sum of category one. Hope you are able to follow this thing. If you see, this is what we have got. Okay. Now I want to return this. So first I will just do it for one and then we will replicate for others also. So return, what I can return is my category summary one. So hope you are able to follow this thing. Summary function. This is the table requirement. At this table level, we want to create for what? I want to calculate the sum of category. This will be my table name. So let's hit enter and go to see. And if you see department one, category one has 6180. Let's confirm and recheck it. Department one, category one, it's 6180. So for a given department, we have the number. So for first department, we have it. So first for category one, we have category one for all three departments. If you see category one for all three departments. Similarly, we need for all the, let me go in here only, we should do it. It will take some space. So likewise, we need to create three more variables for three more category. So I just need to, what I can do. This is my category two. I have to just change the column name. So if you have 4 or 5 category or something like this, then it's quite easy to do it. If you have multiple, then I guess you have to go for the unpivoted option that suits more. So we have this thing category 3. I have to make change here category 3. Category 3. Here, so if I return only this will be written, but we want all of them. So this is one table. This is one table, this is second table, this is my third table. So if I do a simple union of this, I should get the table, whatever the require is. So union, if you know the if you know the SQL, then you will be familiarized with this thing. It's just an appending two different tables with respect to each row. So I just need to have this first my category one, then I have to do my category two, then I have to do category 3. So what it will do, first it will create this table, then second, then third, and then it will create union of this will be written as new table. So let it enter here. So we have the values for all the categories for all the departments. Now the next step is, if you see, even if I create this thing, let's first create this thing. So let me, this thing, summary table, I will just place it here so that we will require these things. Now what we need, first we need the filter department, then second we need the bar chart where we will have going to have the category and my source. And one do, let's do, if you see the total is not coming correct because what it's doing for a category 2, it is just summing it up, and for all respective category it is not filtering out properly. So we need some connection as well between these two tables. Unless and until we have a connection, we won't do. So let's do a department wise connection. Let's have a sum filter this thing and let's save it. So we have this connection now. If you see, now we have the correct values. Let me do one more thing here. If I go here, data labels, if I go to values, let's select none. So for category 1, 6180, for category 1, 6180. So this is correct, right? Let me do one thing. If I said deselect everything, it will be the sum will be correct. Let's select the table for, let's say category 1, it's 8184. Here also 8184. So Hope you are able to follow this thing, that without using the unpivot option, you can also create a transform this particular kind of chart to simple bar graph here. And it is quite easy also, and it looks better actually because of the readability perspective. If you want to directly compare one on one, then this chart makes sense. But if you just want to see and highlight a particular category with respect to the department, this looks good. So depends on your use case, you can use these things. Depends on your data flexibility, that whether you can create this kind of from this kind of structure to this kind of structure or not. Because you have, let's say, 10 different columns are also associated, they will also getting impacted. Then your different visuals are also there in their table, that that should not get impacted, so that the reworking will be there for if you are not using the summary option. And it is quite easy if you have the lesser fewer categories, and fewer categories as in like it do not use the space. Most important thing is the space. Let's say if you have 6 different departments, it will be very difficult for you to like to adjust this, because if it will need more space, and it should be clear and the readable, and at the same time it should be an effective to make a decision and take an insight out of this. So this is something that you can use. You have the two option to convert this particular kind of chart to this particular chart. First is using unpivoted option, second using the summary function. Hope you are able to follow this video till this point. If you are able to follow these things, please check out my other videos on my channel, Let's Learn Data Analytics, where I have posted more than 30 videos till now on a different use cases, day-to-day life. It helps a lot. Please do check out this thing. Thank you so much. Follow for more Power BI updates. Thank you.